Hey there everyone! Welcome back to my Simply Epic YouTube channel. Without further ado, fasten your seatbelts and prepare for a jaw-dropping journey through the skies. Today, we're diving headfirst into a gripping countdown of the top 5 worst air disasters that have shaken the world. From soaring tales of heroism to mysteries that boggle the mind, this list will have you on the edge of your seat, clutching your armrests. Due to the nature of these tragedies, we will approach them with respect and sensitivity. So, whether you're an aviation enthusiast or just someone curious about the untold stories from the skies, buckle up as we navigate through history's most infamous airborne mishaps. At number 5, we unravel the tragic tale of Air India Flight 182. On June 23, 1985, the skies over the Atlantic Ocean bore witness to one of the deadliest acts of terrorism in aviation history. Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747-237B, was on a routine journey from Toronto, Canada, to Delhi, India. It was carrying 329 passengers and crew members. All seemed well until a bomb, concealed in luggage, exploded mid-flight. The detonation of the bomb caused a catastrophic breakup of the aircraft while flying at an altitude of 31,000 feet. The debris fell into the icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving no survivors. The investigation that followed pointed to the involvement of Sikh extremists, seeking retaliation for the Indian government's handling of Sikh separatist movements. It was a grim reminder that aviation, like many aspects of modern life, was not immune to acts of terror. The tragedy prompted a massive overhaul of airport security measures worldwide, with stricter baggage screening procedures and reinforced security protocols. As we honor the memory of those who perished on Air India Flight 182, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to aviation safety and security. Let us stand united against acts of terror, and may the skies remain a sanctuary where all passengers can travel with peace of mind and confidence. At number 4, we confront the heart-wrenching story of Saudi Arabian Airlines Flight 163. Fasten your seatbelts as we uncover the events of August 19, 1980, when tragedy struck shortly after takeoff from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. On that fateful day, Flight 163, a Lockheed L-1011 TriStar aircraft, was en route to Jeddah, carrying 301 passengers and crew members. As the TriStar climbed into the sky, a fire broke out in the aft cargo compartment. The crew quickly became aware of the dire situation and made an emergency decision to return to Riyadh for an immediate landing. As Flight 163 touched down on the runway, the crew encountered difficulties with the evacuation slides, which delayed the passengers' exit. By the time the aircraft came to a stop, the fire had consumed the cabin, and all those on board faced a perilous struggle to escape the inferno. Despite the valiant efforts of the crew and emergency response teams on the ground, the intensity of the fire made it impossible to save anyone. Tragically, all 301 souls on board lost their lives in what became one of the deadliest aviation accidents in Saudi Arabian history. As a result of this heart-wrenching event, aviation authorities worldwide reviewed and revised their safety regulations, improved aircraft firefighting equipment, and reviewed emergency response protocols. Number 3 in our list covers the Charkhi Dadri accident. Brace yourself for a chilling chapter as we uncover the harrowing mid-air collision over Charkhi Dadri, India, on November 12, 1996. On that fateful day, 2 commercial flights, Saudi Flight 763 and Kazakhstan Airlines Flight 1907, were cruising through the Indian skies. In a tragic sequence of events, the 2 aircraft found themselves on a deadly collision course. The flight paths of the Saudi Arabian Boeing 747 and the Kazakh Aviation 276 intersected at the same altitude, leading to a catastrophic impact high above the town of Charkhi Dadri, Haryana. The mid-air collision tore both planes apart, raining debris down onto the town below. The loss of life was staggering, with all 349 passengers and crew on board the two aircraft tragically perishing in the disaster. The aftermath of this heart-rending event shook the aviation community to its core. It was a stark reminder of the critical importance of air traffic control procedures and the need for advanced collision avoidance systems. Improved communication protocols, stricter adherence to flight paths, and enhanced air traffic control procedures were implemented to ensure such a tragedy would never repeat itself. At number 2, we have the Japan Airlines Flight 123. On August 12, 1985, the skies over Japan witnessed one of the most devastating air disasters to date. Japan Airlines Flight 123, a Boeing 747 SR, took off from Tokyo's Haneda Airport, destined for Osaka. Passengers settled in for what should have been a routine domestic flight. However, just 12 minutes after takeoff, catastrophe struck when the aircraft suffered a rear pressure bulkhead failure. In an instant, the flight crew found themselves in a life-or-death struggle to control the aircraft. The bulkhead failure caused a sudden decompression, ripping off a significant portion of the vertical stabilizer and causing severe damage to hydraulic systems. For a grueling 32 minutes, the crew fought valiantly to keep the aircraft airborne and provide hope to the passengers. But tragically, their efforts fell short, and Japan Airlines Flight 123 crashed into a remote mountainous area, claiming the lives of 520 passengers and crew. The loss of life was staggering, making it the deadliest single aircraft accident in aviation history. The aftermath of Japan Airlines Flight 123 prompted a rigorous investigation, leading to crucial discoveries and improvements in aviation safety. The investigation revealed a significant issue with the aircraft's rear bulkhead, which had undergone faulty repair years before the fateful flight. This finding emphasized the importance of thorough maintenance checks and inspections for aging aircraft. As a result, improved training programs for flight crews and enhanced inspection protocols became standard practice to ensure passenger safety. The memory of Japan Airlines Flight 123 serves as a haunting reminder of the consequences that even a single mechanical failure can have on the lives of hundreds. At number 1, we have Tenerife Airport disaster, which ranks as the most catastrophic aviation accident in history. It was March 27, 1977, when the picturesque Los Rodeos Airport in Tenerife, Spain, turned into the setting for a heart-wrenching tragedy. The ill-fated day began with a terrorist bombing at Gran Canaria Airport, which forced multiple flights to divert to Los Rodeos Airport. Among these flights were KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736. As the airport struggled with the influx of diverted aircraft, a thick fog enveloped the runways, reducing visibility to near zero. With clearance for takeoff, KLM Flight 4805, captained by seasoned pilot Jacob Veldhuizen van Zanten, began to taxi down the same runway where Pan Am Flight 1736, under the command of Captain Victor Grubbs, was still taxiing. Tragically, these two colossal aircraft were on a collision course, unbeknownst to the pilots. In the last moments before impact, the KLM aircraft attempted to take off. At the same time, the Pan Am aircraft, unable to exit the runway in time, veered off course in a desperate attempt to avoid a collision. The KLM Boeing 747's undercarriage collided with the Pan Am Boeing 747's upper fuselage, causing a devastating explosion and fireball that consumed both planes. In an instant, 583 lives were lost, making it the deadliest accident in aviation history. The repercussions of this horrific incident were far-reaching and led to substantial changes in aviation procedures, ground radar systems, communication protocols, and safety measures. The Tenerife Airport disaster emphasized the critical importance of clear communication between pilots and air traffic controllers, especially in adverse weather conditions. In its aftermath, standardized phraseology was introduced to enhance cockpit and control tower exchanges, reducing the risk of misunderstandings and potential accidents. As we conclude this chapter of our riveting series, we hope to honor the memories of those who perished in these tragic events and the invaluable lessons learned. These incidents have left an indelible mark on the aviation industry, prompting significant safety improvements to ensure safer skies for all. With heavy hearts, we pay our respects to the victims, their families, and all those who were in one way or another affected by the tragedies. We also appreciate those who have been involved in the relentless pursuit of aviation safety. Remember, knowledge and awareness are our wings to a safer future in the skies. That's all for today. Subscribe to the Simply Epic channel and stay tuned for more gripping stories.